Squinting in response to his answer.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Readings Part 2 of this evening, where hopefully the technology is going to stop trying to kill me. So here we are. I'm just going to wait a few minutes for anyone who was in my Readings Part 1 to re-enter because we're having some technological issues in the last live that I had going on. So this is a new live, and probably will end up having to take that other video off because even though I did do a few readings on there, it's just not working very well. So we're going to try again with the second one. Yay, you can hear me. I'm so happy. For anybody else who's here, hi, pop in, say hello. Hey, Sim. Hey, Nanette. I'm so glad. I ditched my phone and I got out my laptop. So apparently that's all I needed. So, Nanette, if you're still interested in a reading, let me know, and I will do a reading for you. For anybody else who's interested in a reading, let me know, and I'll put you on my list. I appreciate you guys being so patient with me as I try to figure out my life. Yay, loud. I'm so glad. Okay, hopefully not too loud. But yes, yay, I'm so glad. Okay, so Nanette, did you want to use the angel deck? Or did you want a different one? I've got my fairy oracle deck, my dream deck, or my angel deck. So whichever one you want. I'm so glad you guys are here. Okay, great. Technology, you guys, I swear. It's so cool. The old deck, okay. It's so cool because if without the internet, I wouldn't be able to do these readings with you guys because we're all so spread out. But man, it's very frustrating sometimes. Okay, so Nanette, what I was telling you is that I believe it's an older woman, and she has a teal scarf, and she is coming in. It's like a silk scarf, and she's kind of coming in. Hi, Mom. Hi, Cyril. You guys, my mom's here. Hey, hi, Mom. Sarah's always late. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to get on her butt for that. I'm just kidding. I don't care. She got her reading. Apparently, she doesn't have to be on my live anymore. I'm just kidding, you guys. Sarah's wonderful. She's always there for me, so it's cool. Hi, Mom. Okay, so a woman with an older lady with a teal scarf, silk scarf. She's coming in, and she's just saying hello. I get the sense this is a friend of yours, or mother-in-law. Actually, I don't know if you have a mother-in-law in spirit, but she's not somebody who's directly related to you, but she's somebody who's like by extension through somebody. She says, "I'm just coming to say hello." I don't know if you brought her flowers recently. I know that you went to the cemetery recently, but I don't know who you went to see. But and I also don't know if you brought her roses. But this person says the roses were lovely, or the flowers were lovely. Ooh, and I'm throwing cards everywhere.
Is the essence of what she is saying is real? Why do you think she's doing this?
Sorry, guys. It wouldn't be an Angelina live without me throwing cards all over the floor. Okay, so here's the card I pulled for you. It is the power card. So this card is telling you to really embrace your power. So, of course, like we know Nanette, right? Your hubby's grandmother. Okay, got it. So that's what I was saying is like mother-in-law or like mother's mother-in-law. We just put flowers on her grave. Okay, so she's saying the flowers were lovely and she loved them. She's who's coming in. I don't know if she always wore those kinds of scarves, but she had like a teal scarf. And she comes in and she says they were lovely and she really appreciated them. She's like, it was great to see you. She appreciated you coming and the flowers were lovely. Okay. So that power card is coming into play where it's like really embrace your power. It's like you need to step up a little bit more and speak your truth to people. I don't know if you've been feeling it's not that I feel like you're being walked on. It's not like that kind of feeling, but it's just like It's just like you kind of take the high road. Okay, does that make sense? Like you take the high road a lot. And so that means like, like the saying of like you kill them with kindness, or like you just, there's no point arguing it or whatever. But that's kind of the sense I'm getting, is like you're taking the high road when you should be like facing the road, like roadblock it, tell them what it is. Don't let anybody pass until they understand that this is not okay. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. I think it does, but yeah, she's definitely coming in and she loved the flowers. Okay.
Being, distressed or being closed. What I think might be happening for me today.
I do get the power card a lot for you, and I'm wondering if there's something. Smile and wave. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because that's kind of what she said, is like you take the high road. And so like for what so this is your lesson. So this is how the cards work, you guys. It's like cards will always give you the same card if they feel like you're not stepping up to the plate, right? And especially with this deck will like it will not read for you. It'll just keep giving you the same thing until you start doing what it says. So let's ask it. Let's ask a clarifying question, or a curious question, as they call it at my work. Let's ask a curious question. Okay, you guys, like real talk. What kind of questions are there other than curious questions? Like you're asking a question, but you don't want to know the answer? Like, I don't understand. That's like a pet peeve of me at my work. Because I was like, let me ask a curious question. Like, what other kind of questions are there? I'm like, I don't get it. Okay. Sorry, that was my little rant. So, Nanette, I'm going to ask a clarifying question for you.
But the arm cross thing.
Okay. So 2 cards for you. What am I to do? Okay, so 2 things. 2 things. It wouldn't let me pull just one for you. 2 things. Balance. It's okay to step up and be like, hey guys, like this is not okay. But it's also okay sometimes to let things go and let things slide. Also forgiveness. So forgive yourself and forgive the other people for those indiscretions. So like, yes, smile and wave and just be like, okay, whatever, like I do my own thing, whatever. But also recognize that the way that people are being and the way that they're treating you is not okay. Like you deserve better. So forgiving them for treating you that way and forgiving yourself for allowing it and then stopping it. Like don't allow it to keep happening. Like understanding there's that balance, right? Of like sometimes there's just battles you're not going to win. And sometimes there's a battle that you need to fight, right? And it's a very important thing for us to learn about like what battles are worth fighting and what isn't. So they're calling for you to do those 2 things, to find that balance of when to fight and when not to fight, and forgiveness and forgiving the other person, forgiving yourself, and just like yes, letting things go, but also like don't let everything go. There's some stuff that you shouldn't be letting go. Okay.
The person's motive for doing this, not the reason. He doesn't say reason, he says motive. And he says motive several times throughout this response.
Let me know if you have any other questions. For anybody else who's here, if you're interested in having a reading and you've not yet had one today, Sarah will be here eventually. Forgiving is not in me at all. Forgiving is really hard. Sometimes the idea of forgiving is like debilitating for me. Like, how am I supposed to forgive somebody who's been so awful? I don't know, man. Just gotta do it. To just like when it happens, you'll feel better. Like I'm not saying that I have a really hard time with forgiving too. That's why my weekend was so hard. My weekend was really hard because I had a lot that I needed to forgive in myself and in other people. And sometimes you do it and sometimes you don't. It's hard. And I think this is my personal opinion. I think sometimes it's okay to sit in not forgiving, like sit in that, wallow in that. Like, no, that person is horrible. They're the Antichrist. They hurt me. They did this. They, whatever. But then, like, allow that for a little bit, like, but then also recognize that that's not helping. That's not helpful and helping and healing. Like, that's not doing anything for anybody. So allow yourself, forgive yourself, allow yourself to sit in that and then let it go, man. Because, I mean, I'm literally sitting in that same boat as you. Like, you and I are together in this where it's really friggin' hard. I didn't want to hear what he had to say. Yesterday during the reading, is that what you mean? I noticed that you had a bit of a reaction to that. So we can feel energy, and so that's why I don't know if you noticed, but I just was kind of like, okay, like moving on to the next thing here. Yeah. Okay. So like, yeah, definitely notice that was a thing.
Very similar response.
So Mr. PD says, forgiveness is hard, but it can eat away at you if you don't. Absolutely. So that's why I'm saying, like, allow yourself to sit in that non-forgiveness, in that anger, in that hostility, in that whatever, and then realize that it's just not, and like, okay, so this is weird. So this is like, I want you to know this is a channeled message. This is not just Angelina. This is, it is me, but it's also like coming not from me. So allowing that anger to be recognized, validate it, recognize it for what it is. It is anger. It is horribleness. It is non-forgiving. It is them being a totally horrible person. Okay, like allow that, recognize that, validate that within yourself, and then let it go, because it is what it is. You can't change it. Like, nothing is changed. You can't take back that situation. Nothing is going to happen with it. The only thing you could do is to let it go out of you, because if you keep it within you, it gets into something bad. It gets into something that's harmful. Okay, let me put it like that. It becomes harmful to you, because especially with people who are already gone, like, they can't change it. They literally are gone. They can't do anything about it. You can, though. You're the only one who can. So anyway, I'm not going to preach it to you. I know you know this. I know it's so hard, though. It's really hard. Yeah. Just allow yourself to feel it, and then you got to find a way, man. Whether it's through your guides, through God, through prayer.
It should be investigated. And if there's anything that makes it, that is consistent with what's being said.
Set the intention. Set the intention that this is something that you recognize sucks and recognize has been harmful to you, but that you're going to let it go. And just like a little bit every day, like a little tiny bit. Okay, like, I don't know the situation, so I'm going to make an example. And you don't have to pry. I'm not prying. You don't have to tell me what the situation is, but it's like, I'm gonna today, just right now, I'm going to forgive that person. That doesn't mean tomorrow I forgive them. Just means right now at 7:22 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, I forgive my sister for damaging my relationship with my dad. Right now, I forgive that. Now, later on, I might think about it and I might be like, oh my God, I hate her. She sucks. I don't forgive her. She's the Antichrist, whatever. And then come back like, okay, I felt those feelings. But now it's 8:10. It's 8:10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I forgive her. It's a practice, just like everything else, You'll have to let me know how it goes. I know it's a process. There's definitely days when I forgive, and then there's other days when I don't. Just like meditation is a practice, you guys, forgiveness is a practice too. All right, I'm going to leave you with that, Nanette. If you have any other questions, let me know. Anybody else like a reading? I have my mom and my stepdad. If they would like a reading, they're here. Pete, if you'd like a little, oops, I didn't mean to click on that, but LOL. Pete, if you would like a reading, Sim, if you'd like a card, let me know. Text Sarah and be like, yo, bro. I'm glad you think so. I'm really glad. I'm glad that was helpful to you. I just wanted you to know that, like, yeah. I can't like judge you for not forgiving because I have a hell of a time doing it too. Right? It's hard.
What about these documents? And he says, if there's anything. He doesn't say there's nothing.
I just texted Sarah and said, hey, you coming back?
And it can be investigated.
Okay.
And
Mr. Petey. So Pete, do you have a specific question or wondering? Would you like a different deck? I have 3 decks here.
As he says it the second time, the eyes are just locked shut.
And if you want to, again, remember the thing.
I'm so glad you picked my angel deck. I kind of been missing it because I've been using the fairy oracle deck. So I was kind of like, hi, friend.
And I agree with you. The sadness in space is getting smaller and smaller in that image. And then he starts to tell us all that information back and try to gain some ground. Anybody else?
Pete, do you do paranormal investigating too? I guess I don't really know much about what you're into. I mean, I can see your picture. It seems kind of paranormal-y. I feel like I need to sit up straight. Yay, I'm glad. Romance. Randomly. For anybody who's in something going on with romance. Same deck. Okay. I'm a horror fan. Okay. Got it. Okay.
If they come forward and say something that they said happened to them, they should start with the presumption they're telling the truth. Then you have to look at the circumstances and the facts. And the facts in this case do not exist. They never happened. And
So Pete, before I pull this card for you, I just want to let you know that
so yes, look at the facts. And I assure
like
you,
the message that I'm receiving for you is just kind of like
period.
You're making all these like positive shifts. Like you're taking it to heart and like you're really trying to figure it out.
It could be the fireflies.
It's like you've taken these steps into healing. And like it's like I can feel it. I can feel this like shift, which is really awesome. Because I know last time there was like all this sadness and all this other stuff that was kind of going on. But now it's like I can kind of feel it. It's just, I mean, it's not like you're like, you know, like healed by the waters of God or whatever, but it's just like, I can just see that there's like this lightheartedness in you. So that's really awesome. So I don't know if that makes sense for you, but I can definitely feel that. Yeah. So how are you feeling about Halloween? Do you have any Halloween plans? So I work with, I work in mental health, so I'm working with adults really, but we're gonna go trick-or-treating this year. So every day whenever I speak to one of my clients, I'm always like, are you gonna go trick-or-treating this year? And so I was gonna say, are you gonna go trick-or-treating this year? But you're probably not into trick-or-treating. Whoa. Yeah. So it's just kind of like a confirmation, serenity, which is like that calmer feeling, that calmness that you've been feeling, and then enchantment. So this enchantment card is kind of cool. So like now that you're kind of opening up to healing, it's also important for you to understand or recognize that like not with the lockdown, right? Yeah. I'm still going trick-or-treating even though there's a lockdown. Well, there's not really a lockdown here anymore. We're going to pass out candy and we're going to go trick-or-treating. But so that enchantment card is just like make sure you're keeping yourself grounded and rooted in reality. So like keep dreaming and keep having these like wonderful ideas, but don't let your mind get carried away by the improbable. Like allow yourself to dream, but like don't take it to too far of a level, if that makes sense. And then also for you, set the intention. Set the intention for what you want. Set that positive, like set the healing. Like today I'm gonna work on this healing. Today I'm gonna work on kindness. Today I'm gonna work on, you know, whatever. Like set that intention at the beginning of the day, because that's where you're gonna see your progress. So like when you dream or you have these like aspirations, having huge dreams is great. Like I have huge dreams, you know, like I want my business to take off and I want to help people and I want to do mediumship and I want to do this and I want to do that. Like I have all these big dreams, but if I don't have the right intention, they're just going to be dreams. I think that's kind of more what it's saying is like, once you have the intention of success or the intention of kindness or love or whatever, those dreams stop being enchantment and they start being closer to your reality. I also see for you, Pete, like a teenager, like a 16-year-old boy. And it's like he's been like bullied a lot and he's kind of takes like a step back. So I get the sense, I don't know if this is you, like your inner child or who this is, but it's like I said, like a 16-year-old boy who's just like so much like anger, like festering, like how you were saying, like eating away. And it's like I can just see him, like he's kind of like watching me behind me. Actually, he's over on this side, and I can just kind of feel him like staying back there and just like angry, just like watching me and angry. So if this is you and this is your past life, definitely work on releasing some of that anger. Like if you can do some meditations where you can kind of reconnect with that inner Pete, with that younger Pete, and see what you can kind of heal with that, like reconnect that relationship, because you don't have to have that in you. And he doesn't have to, like, he is like kind of just like staring at me behind me, like I can feel him, like that energy projection. So it's just definitely something to be working on as you go, as you have this time. Like, here's the thing about the lockdown, you guys. So I was in Las Vegas, I was in Nevada, and there it really was much more of a lockdown than it is here. And without that lockdown, without that time, I really don't think I'd be able to do these readings with you. I don't think I would have known what to do. Like, it's because of that time stuck in an office, you know, whatever, that I was really able to find the energy and the inner fortitude, I guess, to meditate and learn how to do this. So like, I guess my point is that this is a great time for you to kind of settle in and find a good routine that works for you and like find that good meditation. Like, yes, it sucks you can't go outside, but this is an excellent time for you to kind of work on this person, work on yourself, work on all these inner people that have just like been disconnected over the course of your life. Okay. So I don't know if you were bullied a lot when you were a kid, or if you like had a friend that, you know, like if you know who this person is, like it's definitely somebody connected to you, whether it's your past self or, you know, whatever. Just something definitely to work on. Okay. All right. Anybody else looking for a reading? I'm just scrolling back up.
Absolutely positive there is no record of any complaint by Tara Reid against you.
I'm absolutely positive that no one that I'm aware of ever.
It's my younger self telling me about the wrong choices I've made. Okay. Okay. So definitely work on, like, there's some really awesome meditations on YouTube. One day, you guys, I'm going to have my own inner child or inner self meditations on my YouTube. But since I'm not really quite there yet, there are some really awesome ones. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but I know of a lot of them on there. So definitely see what you can find out. And this is a great time too because we're in autumn. So that means that the veil is really thin right now. So any sort of healing or anything like that is going to be extra strong right now. So it's definitely a really awesome time for you to kind of get into those guided meditations and see what you can find out. Or even if you just like sit in the silence and you just like set the intention that you're going to connect with your younger self and figure that out. Definitely see if you could set aside some time, like even once a week, because it is a lot of work. But setting up that, yeah, I have no motivation, but the dreams are there. Absolutely. So really set that intention, Pete, because nothing, like it'll continue to be enchantment until you start setting the intention to make it happen. And I know that you're such a powerful and unique individual that like really once you set course, like it's like it's kind of like a compass, right? So like there's this compass. And if you leave the compass in its case, it's nothing, right? It's just like a paperweight. But if you open the compass up, like you open the top and you start pointing it in directions, it'll start giving you information. So they're kind of saying like right now you're this like closed compass, right? Like you're just this thing. But inside, you know, there's a compass. Inside, you know, there's some like direction, but you won't open it up. So they're asking you to open it up, right? Like open the compass. What's inside? Where does it tell you to go? Where is north? Like get that information from it because it's definitely there for you. There for the taking. You just gotta like step into it. Okay.
If someone removes you from the answer box,
I hope that makes sense.
there's a highlight with the exception. Well, if you feel like, yeah, look, you know, according to this and this.
Any other questions for anybody, from anybody? I'm gonna do like a little group card pull. Ooh, here in a sec. Before I pop off here, if there's any other people, there's 4 people here right now, and I know I've given readings to 2 of you. So if you're interested in a reading and you're here, now is the time, because I'm getting ready to wrap it up.
That's a great distance. And I don't get to-
Man, you guys, I've been having some weird dreams lately. I'm gonna tell you really quick about. I've been having these super strange dreams, like traveling dreams, or like not traveling, but just like alternate reality dreams. So it's been really weird. Group card for the tribe. Okay, guys, so I have 3 decks. I've got my angel deck, my fairy deck, and my tarot deck. Let me know. First person to respond with which deck that they want will be the one who decides which deck is the group deck. So whichever deck you're interested in, let me know, and I'll pull a card for everyone. Hi, Sim. I've been working on letting go of hatred and anger as a proper response and feeling love. Okay, that's a great idea, Nanette. I'm definitely going to do that. And feeling love for generally everyone. I keep a positive attitude towards anything that comes. Awesome. That's awesome, Sim. That's really great. And it's not going to be perfect every time, but I definitely think that's a great place to start. Okay. So, Nanette has requested a. Oh, okay. Sorry. I just want to know if my spirit guides think I'm on the right path. No, they don't. Right, like right after I read that, they say no. You've taken a detour somewhere.
And, you know, unless you're using a tool to pick that up, people don't. But as a result of that, when you go through and edit your document and push all of that data to the end, there's junk there you have to go.
You've taken a detour somewhere, Sim.
He's done the same thing mentally and forgotten to throw out junk at the end of the statement. And he's just continuing to ramble whatever.
It's somewhere in. Remember the other day you were saying that that you wished you had never gotten these gifts, or you wish that like you hadn't gone down this path or started down this path. There's some reparations that need to be made on that. Some backtracking that needs to happen. Okay, that makes sense.
When I came watching, I started watching her, and she is PO'd at this campaign. But yeah, she gets a hardcore old school change of
Go ahead. The first is about the University of Delaware records.
Yeah. Time to take a step back. Retreat. Start over. Start fresh. Because there's definitely a backtracking that needs to be had. Okay. I pulled the retreat card for you. So take a step back.
There's a lot of things that speeches I've made, positions I've taken, interviews.
Somewhere, like I said, somewhere along the road, there was a disconnect that happened.
All of those things relating to my job. And the idea that they would all
Okay.
be made public, and the fact while I was running for public office, they could be really taken out of context. The papers are position papers. They are documents that existed, and that when I, for example, when I met with Putin, when I met with whoever, and all of that to be fodder in a campaign at this time, I don't know.
Pulling cards for the group, guys.
And so the National Archives is the only place where there would be anything having to do with personnel records.
Everybody's leaving as I'm pulling cards for the group.
Well, I guess his argument here is that the sensitive stuff in there, kind of maybe even secret stuff, and you shouldn't really go in there. And also, it's kind of sense that people wouldn't kind of maybe follow.
So the first card I pulled is Archangel Michael. So
This is now going to be his best.
and not everything can be done on our own, you guys. Not everything that we do is an independent thing.
For me, this might be.
So far back you vanished? What does that mean, Pete?
And you can see he's navigating something.
So far back you vanished?
If you watch all the muscle in his forehead, he has awareness happen as the forehead rises.
So I pulled the Archangel Michael card, which is to say that like it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to like redirect your path. Hey Grinch, welcome. How are you doing? I'm just pulling a group reading here, but since you're here, if you're interested after I'm done with the group reading, if you would like a card pulled, let me know. We're just all kind of hanging out, chatting, shooting the breeze. I have been good. I have been very busy, but I'm really like, I'm having a good time. I'm getting back in the swing of things. Oh my gosh, it's tripping. Okay. How have you been? Yeah, that'd be cool. Okay, cool. All right, so let me finish this really quick. So Grinch, be thinking about, I have 3 different decks. I have a tarot deck, I have a fairy oracle deck, and an angel deck. So let me know if you have a preference or a question you'd like to have answered, okay? While I pull some cards here. So the other card I pulled for you guys is card number 10 from the fairy oracle deck. Okay, no worries, Mom. If you want a reading, let me know, Mom. Okay, so card number 10. This is for everybody. You are being taken care of by those around you. This is a wonderful time to celebrate yourself, your companions, new life, and projects you're working on. Use this time to show gratitude for all you've accomplished and done. Okay, so it's like you have the Archangel Michael card, which is saying that that you always have support. Anytime you need help, if you're feeling like you're not forgiving or you're feeling like you're frustrated or angry or whatever, you can call on Archangel Michael. But it's also saying that you always have the support you need and wonderful things are there for you. You just have to kind of open your eyes sometimes to see it. So there's one more deck I'm going to pull from. I got to get it out. So sorry, guys. I try to keep myself organized, which sometimes works and sometimes doesn't.
There is nothing. They wouldn't. They're not there. And if you know, I don't understand the point you're trying to make.
The point I'm trying to make is that you are approving and actually calling for a search of the National Archives.
And then I pulled the 8 of Swords.
Anything pertaining to Tara Reid.
So the Eight of Swords is be very careful of your mindsets, everybody. So this is for everybody. So if your intention is clear and positive, that's what you'll receive. So like that's why you have the Archangel Michael. So this is like a crossroads. So you're on a path and the path has a fork. So on one side you can go the positive direction with support and love and gifts and all this wonderful stuff, and then you can go the other direction, which is negative thinking and strife and hardship and worries and all this other stuff. So it's 100% your choice. It's all in you. It's all in your mind. You can decide, but the choice is ultimately yours. And you could always call on Archangel Michael at any point, or any of your guides or spirit guides, whatever, to help you understand which path to take. Okay, so there's that. Okay, so Grinch, if you're still here, I'd love to pull a card for you.
Was fabulous.
Mom, Cyril, if you would like a card, let me know.
And then she takes a big inhale.
If you don't let me know which deck you want, I'll just pick one.
Waits for him to talk. And he goes, better.
A search for that.
You guys are over this evening? Yeah.
Silence is a powerful tool.
Yeah, I mean, she uses it really well. There's a
Okay, I'm just gonna pick for you. So Grinch, if you're still here, I'm pulling a card from you for my tarot deck. And I don't think I've ever given you a reading before, so this is kind of exciting for me.
Just so you know, it's
Okay.
If you don't want to answer the question, just do nothing.
Third time, right? Third time.
And you go completely still, because it will maybe even just look like you're frozen.
So Grinch, let me know if you're here, because I do have somebody here who wants to talk to you. But I'm not going to put your business out there unless you're here. I'll pull a card for you, like you know what the card says. But like, there's somebody, grandma. I want to say it's grandma. I get the sense she's not really your grandma. Just once on your first stream. Okay. So I get the sense that this is like, she's not really your grandma, but she's your grandma. She kind of pops in. And I don't know if you would know who this is. I don't know if you know somebody the name with an N name like Nancy or something like that. Kind of an old-fashioned kind of name. Not sure if it is Nancy. But anyway, so this is like maybe a grandma by marriage or something like that.
One of those confidential discussions between you and Barack Obama about sexual harassment charges. That would have been a great follow-on question.
Yeah.
Keep it on the road.
Okay.
Because when you bring up-
So you got the Knight of Wands.
Why don't you just say notes from my vice presidency? You know, we always say people lead weapons thinking.
And I'm going to read it from the book because I'm not as familiar with this deck. But not sure. Okay, not sure. No worries. She's here for you anyway, whoever she is. Okay, so the Knight of Wands is headstrong and impulsive. He is single-minded. He only has room for one focus, one cause at a time. This is not to say, however, that he will always be faithful to that particular cause. So the Knight of Wands is in love with being something or someone's champion. So he possibly cares more about his role than whatever it is that he's championing, and possibly cares more. Okay. Notice how he bears a standard that is blank, showing that it could be just as easily represent one cause or another. He pursues his passion with a tremendous amount of energy, indicated by the dragon he rides, but he has a short attention span. You often see him abandoning one cause for another, which he champions with just as much energy as he did the first one. Without this intense but short-lived commitment, we probably could never rouse ourselves to accomplish anything. So knights are doing. So the Knight of Wands suggests that you put your plans into action so that you can take on a greater reality than simply daydreams. Okay, I'm gonna pull another card for you. So that to me is like take action, right? Because it's a doing card. But make sure the action that you're willing to take or wanting to take is something you actually want. Like, don't just do something because you feel you have to, but do it because it's what you want in your heart, in your mind, in your soul. It's in alignment with you.
In the one that we just watched.
Okay.
I would rate this-
And you also got the 8 of Wands.
There's a high potential.
That's funny. So 8 of Wands.
One quick note, guys, I think this is important.
So I read this card earlier, but I'm going to make sure that I've got it right before I tell you. Because I don't use this deck like ever, which is why I wanted to use it. Because I'm like, I can't just have these decks sitting on a shelf. Like, I need to use them. I need to learn them. So here we are. So great energy and speed, efficient and productive mental processes, inspiration, a great surge of energy. So the wands of this deck are very energetic. So what it's asking you to do is like really jump on it. Just jump on it. Just make it happen. But also like balance it out and make sure it's what you actually want. All right. I hope that makes sense to you. Let me know at a later time. Like, you could leave a comment or something. Let me know if you remember who this person is. Okay. So yeah. All right, everybody. If there's nobody else who would like a reading, I'm going to wait like 1 more minute, literally. If there's anybody else who would like a reading, let me know. My phone got all messed up somewhere. So yes, let me know if there's any more questions, comments, concerns, any wonderings. So I did do that little group reading, which was, I'll remind you guys, it's all about choosing the road, right? Choose your road. Do you want the positive road with gifts and fortune and all this other stuff, or do you, and it's in your mind, like it's your perspective, or do you want the other road that's, easier? It's easier for us as humans to focus on the negative. And that's why I say like the easier road, because it is easier. It's way harder to forgive. It's way harder to focus on the positives. Like, it's way, way harder for that. But it's always that choice, right? We always get that option. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Annette. I'm so glad I'm helpful. It's really great to hear that I'm being helpful to you guys. And I wish you guys so much blessing and healing. And I'm always here for you guys. Okay. So, does my mom does not do this. My mom is very supportive, and she's here, or she was here at one point, to be supportive, but she does not do channeling or mediumship or anything like that. This is kind of, I'm the only person in my family who does this. So they all are very supportive and wonderful in that, but they don't. No worries, Pete. I don't know what's going on with technology tonight. It's a thing. But thankfully, I'll be able to do this more often and on both platforms. So I really appreciate you guys for sticking it out, for being on both lives. That's so awesome. Really appreciate you guys. I'm so, so blessed to have all of you to be here, to be supportive. So thank you all for being here. Make sure you subscribe, which I know all of you guys here have subscribed. Share, like, make sure you check out my friend Sarah's YouTube channel, FM Perspective, where she does amazing paranormal investigations. She just posted a new video today, actually, about her new spirit box, spirit portal, which I have not watched yet, and I'm so excited to see. And also make sure you check out our Facebook channel, Interconnections, where we do all kinds of crazy stuff. We also do paid readings. We do house blessings, house clearings, and all kinds of other fancy, funky, weird stuff. So check us out. Let us know what you think. And if you ever want to talk about anything in particular or want more information, make sure you drop me a comment, and I'll definitely make an effort to make that happen for you. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Annette. Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Grinch. Thanks, Mom. I'll see you guys all next time. Toodaloo.